Hey there, beloved viewers, and welcome back to Wamira Reacts. It's fantastic to have you here with us once again. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on the inspiring content we bring your way. And for our returning viewers, you know the drill. Your likes, comments, and shares really help us spread the message of faith, hope, and love. Now, let's dive right into today's engaging discussion. Today, we're going to explore some recent headlines from a biblical perspective. It's important to reflect on the world around us through the lens of our faith. As Christians, we're called to shine a light on various aspects of society, seeking truth and understanding. So whether you're a long-time subscriber or joining us for the first time, get ready for an insightful and thought-provoking journey. All right, let's jump right into the stories. In our first story, we're exploring the Ariana Grande cheating scandal, a story that has captured headlines and hearts alike. As followers of Christ, it's important that we approach this with grace and understanding, always seeking wisdom from the Word of God. Now, the rumors swirl, did Ariana cheat with Ethan Slater on his wife, Lily J, and her husband, Dalton Gomez? Let's break it down from a biblical perspective. According to various sources, Ariana and Dalton's relationship faced challenges that eventually led to their breakup. Their different worlds and demanding careers took a toll on their marriage.
Ariana Grande has recently reacted to the rumors about her divorce with Dalton Gomez, and her recent reaction has surprised us all.
I don't do this often. I don't like it. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it and I don't like it, but I just wanted to address your concerns.
TMZ recently exposed the truth behind Dalton and Ariana and alleged that the couple has been separated for a while now. According to TMZ reports, Ariana is on the verge of divorcing Dalton. While TMZ had only alleged it, Ariana seems to have confirmed these rumors about her divorce. Allegedly, Ariana and Dalton's marriage only lasted a few months, and since then they've been separated. And now the divorce is finally happening.
She has been described as a feminist.
So Ariana Grande, in case you missed it, is a feminist. She is a feminist like her grandmother and her mother were before her. How feminist am I talking? Well, she wrote a song called God is a Woman. Yeah, God is a woman. That is true. We might all be in trouble. I'm going to tell you why. She also attended the infamous Women's March of 2017. Who could forget the Women's March? They had the P-word hats. There were more than 4 million ladies taking to the streets, and they breathed new life into an already very powerful movement of women taking back their voices and fighting the patriarchy. Patriarchy, it's everywhere. Men are controlling us, obviously, says the matriarchy that we actually exist under. So yeah, Ariana Grande attended that march with her mother and her grandmother, 3 generations of strong lady feminists. According to globalcitizen.org, Ariana Grande, quote, has been on the front lines of the fight against the patriarchy for years, and her contributions to feminism have largely flown under the radar. In an era of scandals and feuds, Grande has consistently preached solidarity and girl power above everything else. She's been leading the way with her big voice, whether that's standing up to blatant sexism directed at her or supporting a fellow artist who's dealing with the fallout of a highly publicized sexual violence case. Now, that's amazing. Ariana Grande sounds absolutely like an amazing person. And you can see that even in the quotes that she gives out in public. She once said that, quote, the incredible double standards that we women face on a daily basis in the industry and just in the world, it's shocking. It is shocking, Ariana. She also said, quote, I'm going to be the lady that my mother raised and carry myself with class and dignity, but I will never be any man's press opportunity.
And has been said to have a history of entering and leaving relationships with Dalton and others.
Jay has accused Ariana of cheating on him with Nathan. Jay has also accused Ariana of cheating on him with Mac Miller.
How did you feel about the Mac Miller video then?
I'm very nervous.
Well, I understood it's for the video, it's acting.
Would you say that Ariana Grande is your dream woman?
Yeah, man.
I literally said, I think I said I'll be here until, you don't want me to be here.
Naya said that she came home one day and Ariana Grande was sitting on her couch with her man.
But there is more.
Dalton Gomez and Ariana Grande met in 2020 during the COVID lockdowns. They spent the entire COVID lockdown lockdown together, quarantining in each other's house, and things moved pretty quickly. The marriage ended up being short-lived after it came out earlier this month that Dalton and Ariana were separating and heading towards divorce. People magazine reported on the split, writing, Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez have split. The Positions artist, 30, and luxury real estate agent, 27, separated earlier this year and have been quietly and lovingly working on their friendship since. She was also spotted without her wedding ring just a few days before this news broke while she was at Wimbledon, which already had people talking and speculating about her relationship status with Dalton. And she actually commented on it too. She posted a TikTok last year without her ring and claimed that she wasn't wearing it because it was getting cleaned.
And now I shall butcher my eyeliner the same. I'm just not wearing my ring, it's getting cleaned. I'm not getting a divorce. Before you start, don't.
As Christians, we are reminded that marriage is a sacred bond, one that's meant to be nurtured and cherished. The Bible teaches us in Mark 10:9, what therefore God has joined together, let not man separate. This verse calls us to honor the commitment we make to our spouses and work through difficulties together. While it's clear that Ariana and Dalton ended their relationship amicably, it's important to reflect on the role our choices play in such situations. God calls us to live lives of integrity and faithfulness. Adultery is addressed in the Bible as a serious transgression, as seen in Exodus 20:14. You shall not commit adultery. This commandment underscores the sanctity of marriage and the importance of honoring our commitments, because this is about restructuring God's plan and pushing feminism.
I love boys, but, I love women. It's equality.
I think you're definitely somebody that's in the spotlight that is a great example of a feminist.
Yeah.
And earlier this year, you went on Twitter and you explained the double standard that all women are held to, and really just showed your girl power. And we never see you in the headlines feuding with any other women.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for that, because it's really important for your fans. What would you say to a woman that is in the spotlight that maybe doesn't identify with feminism? Would you have anything to say to them?
I mean, we deserve to be equal. Everyone deserves to be equal. It's a never-ending fight. Unfortunately, it's been going on for so long, and we've made less progress there than we have in other communities. Like with gay rights and everything, we've made more progress there, and that's amazing, that's wonderful, but there's so much work to do for women.
Now let's turn our attention to Ethan Slater. Ethan Slater played SpongeBob in the Broadway musical, married his high school sweetheart, and they had a baby together.
A young man named Ethan Slater and his wife, Lily J. Now, who is Ethan Slater? Well, Ethan Slater, among other things, plays SpongeBob in the Broadway musical. If you'd like to go see him, he did that in the past. And he was recently cast alongside Ariana Grande in a film remake of the Wicked musical. Now, why is Ethan Slater and his wife, Lily J, making the rounds in the press? Well, Lily J and Ethan Slater, just for historical reference, were high school sweethearts, and they got married in 2018. Altogether, they have been together for 10 years, and they recently celebrated that 10-year anniversary. Very sweet. Well, Lily J also gave birth to their first child in August of last year. In fact, on Mother's Day of this year, that was on May 14th, he shared this onto social media. He wrote, "Happy first Mother's Day to the most loving, caring, and wonderful mom and person in the world. From me and this little guy."
While timing might change the narrative, we're reminded of the importance of discernment and avoiding situations that could lead to temptation. The Apostle Paul warns us in 1 Corinthians 6:18, flee from sexual immorality. This verse encourages us to guard our hearts and minds, steering clear of situations that could compromise our moral values. It's also worth noting that this isn't the first time Ariana has faced accusations of infidelity.
They've been separated since January, and they tried like a reconciliation a few months ago for a couple of weeks. Didn't work. The marriage is kaput.
They had gotten married in 2021. She's been filming Wicked since December and has been away from home, so they really haven't been able to see each other, and things are on ice.
But TMZ sources have also alleged that the real problem in Dalton and Ariana's marriage began long before Ariana went to England.
Actually, there have been issues even before she left to film Wicked, we're told.
Oh no, is this a classic case of The COVID curse?
It was a COVID. They were a lockdown relationship.
And according to TMZ, this might be a classic case of the COVID curse, where marriages or relationships that started during the pandemic aren't able to last in the post-COVID era because reality sets in. While the divorce is being said to be an inevitable thing in Dalton and Ariana's relationship, there's more. TMZ has also raised a question about the involvement of Pete Davidson.
The big question here is,
where's Pete Davidson in all this?
You think Pete D gonna slip in?
She's not gonna circle back around to Pete.
I hope they do.
He doesn't circle back, he lassos back.
Even after Ariana and Pete had broken up, every now and then something comes up where Ariana and Pete are mentioned together. Independent Lifestyle recently tweeted, Pete Davidson says SNL jokes about his dating life made him feel like a loser.
As Christians, we're called to live lives of integrity, even when the world around us might normalize questionable behavior. The Bible emphasizes honesty and faithfulness in all our relationships. Proverbs 11:3 tells us, the integrity of the upright guides them. Let's remember that our actions as believers can impact those around us and reflect the character of Christ. But the enemy knows this. And so, through Hollywood, he has glorified things like sex, fornication, and divorce.
I feel like this story has me in the same energy of it's a lot of bad people on both sides of the equation and there's no good guy to root for. I guess maybe the child and the mom that was abandoned in this situation. But I do. I think for one, as a man, as a married man, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, if you can't, like, he has a degree of fame himself, but you have 10-year marriage and a child and you can't, stave off the urge to get your 5 seconds of fame or whatever with Ariana Grande. Like, I'm sorry, just no excuse. There's so much riding on you as a man, and you just have to have the fortitude to not fall to that.
This is what a moment of temptation can do. Losing perspective in the moment of temptation can have dire consequences.
And I think what he might be failing to realize is that, like, not only is your relationship with your wife and your child over after this, and your child is going to grow up and at some point become privy to this information, but your career is over now. It's not like you're going to go after this and like be rebooked in movies and people are going to want to make your music anymore and people are going to want to support you.
So I guess it's like losing perspective in a moment of temptation thing. As you're talking and thinking about this story, I'm reminded of there's a story in the Bible of Jacob and Esau and their twin brothers. Esau's the older twin brother. Jacob's the younger one. Esau's due to get all the inheritance from the father. But one day Esau goes out hunting and he's really hungry when he gets back, and Jacob had prepared his favorite meal or whatever, and he was like, you can have this bowl of soup, but you have to give me your birthright. And Jacob is like so famished, he's like, what good is my birthright if I'm dead? Like, just give me the bowl of soup and I'll be good. And so they make that exchange, and now he's given up his entire inheritance just for a bowl of soup. And when you look at a situation like this, you have a 10-year marriage, you have your fatherhood, your relationship with your child, all that at stake, and you gave it up for a moment of fleeting temporary pleasure or just fulfillment in some sense of vanity or whatever that you had. And again, I mean, this is just my Christian brain going off here, but I think in Proverbs there's a passage that talks about the seductive woman that will devour you and then wipe her mouth and say, what's wrong with that? And that's, and not to say that all women are like that or anything, but like, this is one of those cases where, dude, you got to be prepared for those situations in life, and like do whatever preparation you have to do morally to be able to stand when you're faced with those situations. And I know it's like often easier said than done, but like, that's what having character is. And unfortunately he failed the test. And that's not to say there's no path to redemption or, a way to go forward from here, but it is what it is, and you got to own it.
Strong is not when you attract all these girls and sleep with them. Strong is when you withstand temptations, build a family, and be loyal to your family.
Well, that's what the alpha male sort of, the manosphere is promoting, this view of masculinity. That is, you're strong if you can, attract all these girls and bang them and leave them behind, whatever. And like, no, you're strong if you can like withstand temptation and build a family and be loyal and create a stable environment for your children and stay there for them and be there for them and be present and raise them and be a strong leader for your family and provide for them. Like, those are the things we should be celebrating, and traditionally we did. And yet, the manosphere and our culture is so confused nowadays that we have that reversed, and you just see more and more stuff like this happening.
The Ariana Grande cheating scandal serves as a reminder that our choices have consequences, not only for ourselves, but for our relationships and those who look up to us. As followers of Christ, we're called to uphold the sanctity of marriage, demonstrate honesty and integrity, and seek wisdom in navigating complex situations. Let's use this moment as an opportunity to reflect on our own lives, aligning our actions with the teachings of the Bible.
Thank you for tuning in. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and share your feedback. Feel free to suggest any other topic that you'd like for me to explore.